everybody, welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us this Sunday. Final Sunday of the month, isn't it? Can you believe it? We are almost into June. Hi, Kiri. We've got Hannah and Kiri with us for our we'll show you them in a minute, but I can see them on my other screen, and I know they're very excited. I think one potentially more excited than the other. I'll leave it up to your imagination who's most excited in just a few moments' time when you get to meet them. But we are here for our award-winning show, our Craft Along, which basically allows you to craft along with us in real time. I know on a lot of the other shows we bring to you, we are kind of constrained because we've got to fit in loads of demos. I've got to do a lot of talking and all that kind of malarkey. But on this show, it's dedicated to crafting in real time. So you can join along with us if you've got the product that we're going to be focusing on today, the reveal wheel, stamp and dice. We'll give you all the information you need as far as that's concerned. But if you haven't yet got the goodies that we're crafting with, you can pick them up on the show, and then you'll have this craft along to come back to at a later date. So it's kind of even more bang for your buck, really, because you buy the product and then you know you've got an amazing project that you can do once your product arrives on your doorstep. So from the top, let us know if you are going to be crafting along with us, so then at the end of the show we know who to expect photos from and who we can expect to see us getting tagged in Facebook posts and whatnot on. But also do let us know if you're picking these up, so then we know at a later date you'll be coming back to this craft along and doing it later down the line. Let us see what we're going to be making over the course of the next couple of hours with the lovely Corrine, who is leading the craft along. What are we going to be doing?
Right, well, it was all about the reveal wheel, and this really did set me a challenge because I was thinking, oh, what could I do with the reveal wheel? And I think we had the reveal wheel dies on a couple of shows about 2-3 weeks ago, and I kept saying, if you've got any ideas, let me know, let me know. Anyway, I came up with an idea. So instead of doing a card, because we'd have done the card in 40 minutes or so. So I wanted to make sure, I didn't want to make it too long, but I wanted to make it a little bit longer. So we've got the reveal wheel, just like that, on the front of our project. If I can turn that around, there we go. So you've got your wheel, sending massive hugs to you. There you go. And then it is a little box, well, it's a little drawer type box.
Oh, cute.
We've got that, and we're going to be using the Duet ink pads. Now, if you don't have the Duet ink pads, please don't be panicking. Any water reactive ink pads will do this. I've used the Duet ink pads because I absolutely love them. They're our newest ones. And again, I've used one of the stamps that came out with the Duet ink pads. Any sort of floral stamp will do, or you don't even need to. But I just thought I'd fancy doing something a little bit like that. So that is what we're going to be making.
Fantastic. We've popped the deal up on the screen for you as well. If you want to pick up the reveal wheel, stamp and dice, I'll take you all through that in just a second, but there's your price initially.
It's a deal, isn't it?
Really big saving on that today. £25, $35 as part of our £100,000, £130,000 giveaway, which we're doing within certain bundles on the website. You'll be able to see all of that if you click on that logo on the website. We've also got, of course, got our bank holiday giveaway for you as well, which is on the web. But let's go through with Corrine everything that you're going to need, and we'll give you time to grab it. So what do we need? Okay,
so first of all, you need your sentiment reveal wheel, stamp and die, and also I've used the speech bubble reveal wheel, stamp and die. If you've only got the main set, it is completely achievable just with that one. I use mailbox flowers die and stencil set, so just wanted some flowers, but any of your flowers will do. Wildflower meadow stamp set, that's the one that came out with the Duet ink pads.
Yes.
Stylish trio stencil, again another one from the Duet ink pads. Now I used lemon meringue, rosy apple, raspberry ripple, spring buds and sweet clementine from our Duet ink pads, but again, like I say, any water reactives. I use quick dry jet black. I've used my blending brushes, but if you haven't got blending brushes, then daubers, blending tools will work. Then I needed some paper. I could have made the paper for the size, but I thought I would use a Summer Meadow 12x12 paper pad and also the linen card. I've used multi-purpose and watercolour cardstock, black card, but then you obviously need your die cutting machine. I've used a Gemini. The reveal wheel the reveal wheel dies work anything up from your MIDI upwards.
Yeah.
MIDI, junior and obviously your original. Guillotine, big scoreboard, so it's only just little extra bits. Rocker block, magnetic stamping platform. Now that's quite useful rather than your rocker blocks just for doing the wheel bit in the middle. Heat tool, fine spray misters, 3D glue, tacky glue, foam tape, black ribbon and split pins and some gems.
Excellent stuff. So we'll give you the opportunity to get all of that together. Let's say a few hellos, and then we'll say the most important hello. Maureen York is with us. Good afternoon, Maureen. Good afternoon to Sarah Brown from Melbourne, Australia. Hi to Diane Cadman. Teresa Campbell's in from Peoria, Illinois. Sarah Leahy, hello, former Craft Along guest. Alicia Gordon says, good, wonderful morning and greetings from Arkansas. Peace and love to everyone. Lois is in saying good morning, and Rhonda says, I don't have these, but I still love to watch the projects. Now, we do have, I'm delighted to say, for the second time on a Craft Along, the dynamic duo, two of my absolute faves joining us for this Craft Along. What will happen? Probably anything and everything as we say hello once again to the amazing Hannah and Kiri. Yes, Kiri, how are you?
Hello.
It's good to see you. You might want to sit back a bit because we can't see your mum in the background there. You're taking up all the screen.
Yeah.
How are you, Hannah?
I'm okay.
I kind of feel like the last time we did a Craft Along together, we sort of got through it, and now you're coming back for round 2.
I know, and this one's 2 hours long. The last one was only an hour.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was on your birthday show, so it was a shortened one.
Ah. And is the plan to potentially try and do 2 projects this time around as well?
Yes, but I have had some measurements from Corinne, so I have cut some of Kiri's stuff already.
Right. And Kiri, are you up for doing some crafting today? Because you weren't so sure before the show, were you?
Yeah. And there's a brush here.
Oh, is that the new brush?
Yeah.
It's the blending brush.
The blending brush, isn't it?
Blender.
Yeah. Okay. And I know, Kiri, you've got your new headphones as well, haven't you? Which you've got in case you get a little bit bored during the Craft Along. You can watch your. There we go.
Yeah.
Have you got them there?
Yeah.
You're not going to show us that. Okay. Are you back?
Corinne probably should have stuck to the 40-minute long part.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll play it by ear. But you've got everything you need, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, maybe.
Kiri, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Excellent news. Can I just say as well, I'm really appreciating both of your outfits today. I feel like we've gone on the kind of like summary theme, even though it's not too
I
nice.
love your outfit, Ben.
Ah, thanks, Kiri. Well, I love your outfit as well. It's very nice. And I like Mum's. Show us what you've got. Stand up.
Are you going to model your dress?
Show us your dress.
You
Look
know
at
your
that.
dress?
That's very cool. I might get one like that, Kiri.
Do you think he'd look good in leopard print?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Look at that. Giving it all the yes.
Oh, she's very hand-on-hip sassy at the moment.
Got a bit of sass there. And Mum's looking lovely as well, isn't she, in her bright top?
Yeah, Kiri said to me, oh, we're wearing matching outfits. And I was like, we actually have matching outfits. We totally should have worn them.
Yeah.
Ah, well, there we go. We're all ready and ready to go. Listen, if you watched these 2 last time, you know what to expect over the next couple of hours. Corrine, are you ready for this, for Hannah and Kiri?
But we shall make it. We'll make this work. We'll make this work.
It's going to be a lot of fun. As always, you guys know, Hannah, if you need anything, give us a little wave. You're in the VIP seat. And anyone else, if you're crafting along at home, do get in touch. If you need anything, then you can pop us a little question in the comments and we will answer it for you. And Kate says, do my eyes deceive me? Is that Mr. Moseby I see on a Sunday? What's going on? Yes, do not readjust your sets. It is Sunday and I'm here. The reveal wheel stamps, $19.98, $27.12. I haven't shown you these yet, have I? Very quickly, I'll rattle through and show you what you're going to get. You get the actual die set itself to be able to create that reveal effect so you can spin the wheel around. I don't think the boards do these justice because we find, don't we, with the actual spin of the wheel itself, it's better if you give it like a little bit of foam paddage to mount it. So you basically get, within each set, you've got the worker die here, and then you've got a selection of different stamps. So you can use these for all occasions. This one comes with your kind of bog standard aperture, if you like, and it brings you things like have a terrific day, have a fabulous birthday, and so on and so forth. Then you've got your balloon aperture, which you use in conjunction with this set. This one brings you, again, more terrific sentiments and stamps for all occasions. You've got the cloud in there as well. And as we've mentioned before, there's nothing to stop you, writing in your own little sentiments in here as well, coming up with your own kind of quite funny little quirky ideas as well. But this one is hope your birthday is terrific, super duper, the best ever. You've got the star aperture in there as well. So that one is super friend, super person, brilliant human, you're a special star. You've then got from the heart, and this one again is like, you've got hugs, sending rainbows, sending laughter. You've got the little sweetie in there as well, the little candy, which brings you sentiments like to a lovely person, to a delightful sister. And then last but by no means least, you've got that speech bubble in there too. And that brings you stamp sentiments like thanks from me to you, or big thanks, enormous thanks, massive congratulations to you. There's loads of scope with these to have a lot of fun. And for this price today, incredible. We are practically giving away this set, 73 elements in total. Pick it up today, we'll send it out to you. You'll have this craft along to come back to. What could be better? Right, let's get going. Where do we need to start, Corrine?
Okay, right, so the first bit, if we look at the project, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do this top sheet first. Then we're going to make the outline for the box, then we'll do all our mats and layers, and I will show you so you can do a screen print of all the measurements as we get going. Right, now, for this bit at the front, it's obviously been designed to be on cards. Now, when you get the main one, the reveal wheel, if you flip it over, does it show? Yeah, it shows on them, both of them. There is a bit here where you can download the instructions. Obviously, when I first had these, I did download the instructions, and they're just 3 sides of A4 log. You can just save them on your computer, or you can download them. So you have got instructions. Now, basically, this die set was designed to work on a piece of card 5 by 5 because it was designed to go on a square. But we're not going to do 5 by 5. As you can see, that is clearly not a square. We brought it in a rectangle. So I've still gone the 5, and then I've gone by 7. So let's cut our first piece, and that's going to be out of watercolour card. So I'm going to cut a piece 5 by 7. So I'm cutting that to 5. There we go. And then let me just pull this arm out. We'll make it easier. I could probably work it out, but there we go. And then to 7 on my watercolour card. So I'll put my guillotine to one side for a minute. So, if this should be a 5, or it works on a 5 by 5, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work out the centre point as if it was a 5 by 5. So I've measured to 5 inches on that side, and I've measured to 5 inches on that side. And what I need the middle point of this card. So I'm going to do a little diagonal. I'm doing really light pencil marks.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this before it's inked, because we can rub this out. We can rub this out, but then, because we're inking, it will cover. So I found my middle point, just there. And I also need my little reveal for my finger turner. So I'm going to, again, as if it was a 5-inch square, from my 5 inch, find the halfway mark, which obviously is 2.5 inches, and I'm going to mark there. And if you've measured that right, that cross should be on a straight line with that side bit as well, if you think about it. So those are the 2 bits you need to mark off. Again, try and keep it as light, your pencil mark as light as possible. So what you need to do is you need to get the little finger turner die. And so this has got a blade round the curve, but no blade around the edge, but it has got a little indent in there. And you also need your choice of window.
Yes.
So I'm using the sentiments from the speech bubble, so I could use this. I know they're all going to fit in that speech bubble, but I'm going to still stick with that. So I'm going to take this one from that centre point. I'm going to pop it on there. So that marking on that centre point is to show you where to put that. So just stick that down, and that's waste in the middle, so I can just tape across there. Then I'm going to do my finger turner. I think that's the right word. So I'm just going to pop it to the side. So remember, what you're doing, if I turn it that way so you can see, is we just want to cut that notch out. So we put our pencil mark in the centre, and then we're just going to cut that notch. So just do that to there, just like that, and then we can pop that on like that. Now I'm just going to grab I've still got my junior plates out, so I can pop that onto there. I'm going to pop all my plates on. And do you know what, actually, I'm going to take my magnetic shim out because I don't think I need it, and I don't want to risk flattening that card.
Yeah.
It's watercolour card's nice and grainy. It's got a bit of body to it. These are really simple dies. They'll go through without that magnetic shim. So if I turn that round, there we go, look at that. Absolutely straight through, even without that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my rubber. I've just got to mark off. Remember, you're going to ink, so it's not going to be showing. I'm just going to rub out those pencil marks. There we go. There we are. So we've now got this. So remember what we did was we effectively took it back to 5 by 5 to find the centre points, and then that's going to work good to go. So let me just put these back on the card because these ones are mine and I don't want to go home without them. There we go. Put that on there. There we are. Try and be a little bit tidy. I worked with Jan yesterday. She's such a tidy crafter.
Jan?
Oh my goodness me.
Well, putting stuff away as she goes?
Yeah. Her desk, I mean, look at my desk now, you can't see it all, but my desk now has got so much on it. Her desk was amazing. It was brilliant. Pristine. Right,
Pristine.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my sweet clementine, my lemon meringue, and my rosy apple. So I'm going to create a background using those three. So these, as we said, these are a water-based ink pad, so they will react. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply these. I'm going to use the brushes. Ooh, this brush says sweet clementine, but I can see blue on it.
Oh, naughty, whoever's done that.
It is, I don't want to
labelled
look
up
at that.
for a reason,
There's like
aren't
a
they?
green coming off. Let me just, I didn't notice. Yeah, it's definitely, somebody has been, I think actually it's just, I think, poor Craig gets the blame for everything, doesn't he? He's not here. There we go. I think what it's done is it's touched the ink pad. I think it's just touched the ink pad, so.
We'll blame Craig. Take a star down from him.
Okay.
Add it to mine.
Does it work like that? When you take a star off somebody, it goes to somebody else?
I don't think we've ever taken a star off anyone, but yeah, it would do if that's what we did. If that's what we did.
Oh yeah, we've only taken them off Sarah because they weren't real.
Well, I can't talk, to be honest, can I?
There we go. Right, they are clean ink pads, ink daubers. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these just on here, and then I'm just going to apply the ink as I want. So I'm going to go in with a lemon meringue first. Now I have found, I did put them on the table, the glass mat the other day, but I have found that if you just really load up your brush, it'll work. So just put them wherever you want. There's no pattern to this. I've just had a piece of kitchen roll. I'm just going to put a piece of kitchen roll on my hands because I can already see me getting inky, and I'm just going to. You
know what you need? You need one of those new mats, don't you, that we sold with the duet ink pads. The ones that you can pop your pads on and they won't move over the place, and you won't have to. They were called the.
They were like silicone pads, weren't they? Right, I'm going to just leave it like that to begin with because I can go back in, and then I'm going to pick up another colour, and then put that on, and then let's come with another colour just down here. So I'm basically just marking out my colours to begin with, just thinking where I'm going to pop them. Actually, I always do it with 3, but do you know what? 4 is easier because you still end up with quite big blocks with 3. So I can come down. I'm going to have to bring that one down here and then I can put a bit there. There we go. And we can put that on there. So that's sort of, I just wanted to put a bit of orange, just my clementine, just up there. So that's sort of, I've mapped out my colours. And now I can just go back in and sort of do a bit of blending with them. So I know roughly where my colours are going to be. And then we can just come in now and just apply it. Now remember, I'm going to sort of be doing some blotting with these. So remember, I'm going to be taking off a bit of the ink so it doesn't hurt to go quite heavy.
Yeah.
We're just add in the ink on here.
Oh, it was the easy grip mat I was talking about, and after all that looking from Nicola, who's now in the producer's chair, it's out of stock, so I don't know why I mentioned it. Never mind,
We don't
sorry
know why
about
you
that.
mentioned it either, Ben.
Sorry.
I reckon it's going to be a core item, is that?
No, it will be. It's very, very handy. Type your email address in, get your notification for when that comes back in stock, so that's worthwhile doing if you haven't yet got it.
There we go. So all I'm doing is just adding on my inks and just blending them together. You probably have to go around a couple of times just to get the colour, but just remember we're going to, oh, that's orange. We're going to go over these as well with our stenciling. So any stencils you've got is going to work. Keep going over yellow ones, over orange ones with yellow. Just keep adding the ink until you're happy. No, it doesn't have to be like smooth transition blend type thing. You don't have to sort of not be able to see because we're going to go over this, but it's just about laying down those colours. There we go. I want a little bit more of that orange just in a couple of places. Sweet clementine, should I call it? And then, how cheery is that? There we go. I'm going to stop at that point, but you can add in as much or as little as you want. And then I'm just going to get my water mister, which I filled up just a few minutes ago. There we go. And I'm just going to take off a little bit of the ink. Let me just get rid of it. I don't want to get my brushes wet. Move those out of the way. So I've got a piece of kitchen roll, and I'm just going to just splat it into my hand. I do it into my hand to get slightly bigger drops, but we're just...
Do you know what? I'd never seen that technique till about 2 weeks ago. Now I feel like I see you all do it.
Do you?
Is it like a new technique that...
I don't know.
I feel like I'd never seen that before, like spraying it onto your hand to get that bigger droplet.
I'm just going to stop that. Now, the longer you leave it on, the more it's going to bleach out. But you see, look at that.
Nice.
So it's sort of bleached.
Yeah,
It has left a bit of texture to the kitchen roll as well. Yeah, I did it once with my cloth and ended up with a real bubble on there. So I'm going to dry that off because we're going to stencil on here. It's just about adding texture. You don't have to do that. Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to dry that, and I'm just going to turn it over as well, just to dry a little bit from the back.
Very cool effect.
It is, isn't it?
And you've got a fancy kitchen roll as well. Look at that.
Kitchen rolls just from down the side there.
Looks very fancy with that design it's left behind.
There we go, that looks dry. And then I'm going to grab a couple of my stencils. Now I'm using, as I said, the Stylish Trio.
Yep.
And I used the dots and the, what do you call it, the water spray, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think they're like water droplets, aren't they?
Yeah.
Either that or scales.
Do you think so?
Like mermaid scales, they look like. Or
Maybe.
fish scales.
That could be it. So what I'm going to do is I thought I would do this one in green and the dots in raspberry ripple. So the green is spring bud. I do like it. It's a lovely green, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that a lovely green? And I don't think it matters which order you do them in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to just use the whole. I'm going to pop this on at an angle. I'm going to then just hold it down because I'm going to keep moving it, and I'm just going to work through that. I'm not trying to get it too much. I just want a sort of a hint. It's all about building up those layers.
Yeah, and it's incredible with these, isn't it? Just to make sure you're drying in between each application.
Yeah.
And you can layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, can't you?
If you do, like you see, like that just moved a bit. If you find it easier, then just put a little bit of our repositionable spray on. But I'm going to use it a couple of times, so I just thought I can hold it because it's just about getting a little bit of texture. So can you see on there? Now that's a bit harsh. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it again and just pick up another little piece. Again, I'm not using the whole of the stencil, I'm just using bits. You can see just picking that up. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction with my stencil and come down here. I love doing this now. This is a sort of crafting I never used to do.
Why so?
I don't know what changed. I really, really enjoyed it. But doesn't it go on beautifully with the brushes, the inks?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come in with my dots, and then the raspberry ripple.
Nice.
And then just, again, it doesn't have to be all of them, and it doesn't have to be consistent. It's quite nice if you can get, you know, lighter ones.
That looks brilliant.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Like what I like about this and watching you do this, there's no.
You can't do it wrong.
You can't. Yeah, I was going to say there's no thought, which I don't think that's what I mean. But you kind of disengage brain and just plonk it wherever and see how it comes out.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just do a little bit.
If you're one of those people that don't like to measure and don't like things that are exact, this is a great set to
I
have.
quite like this because it's sort of left that bright pop of brightness and done. But there you go. How about that? I mean, that is a unique paper which is completely different. Just a minute. To last time I did it.
Yeah.
So every time it'll be different. You see, I can still see a few of my water splats on there. So once I've got to there, let me just get rid of this ink off here. The next bit, we can do this and then let everybody catch up. So I just thought we'd get to the end of here. And then I'm going to pop this on to here, and I'm going to grab my stamp, which is here. Now, I do love these. This is the Wildflower Meadow. And we do actually have other they're almost like resist stamps. So I've not pinned it down yet. I'm going to come just off the end. I'm going to pop that. Now what I want to do is, don't want that little bit there, so I'm going to bring that. Just to say
also, Alicia says, if you don't have the reveal wheel, can you still make this box to put puzzle pieces in? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Just do like pop something else in the front. You don't have to put the reveal wheel. The construction of the box you can do, and just pop something else in the front. Absolutely. If you haven't got the reveal wheel collection, you can pick it up today at an amazing price. It is a bargain.
So I pop this on here. I'm actually going to try and... Oh, no, I might let it come. It can come on, it won't hurt. So I'm going to pop this on. My magnets are all at the top. Hold it down nice and tightly. So this bit, there's no magnets under here, but it should still hold. So then I'm going to pick up the stamp. Just make sure it's nicely on there. And I'm just going to use my quick dry ink. But you could, I'm sure there are lots of different ones you could be using. Just go all over with the quick dry, and I might be able to do it on a couple of coats, I think, because it's such a strong stamp.
Yeah.
I just thought a couple of coats, so just popping onto here. Quick dry is a really lovely, juicy ink pads. So let's pop that through there first, and that's going to come down there. I think I'm going to have to do another inking up. Yes, you can see it just needs another ink, but that's not a problem. That's why we've done it.
Oh, got a question from the VIP seats. Hannah, what's your question? Oh, hang on, here we go. Oh,
you're going too fast for Charlotte.
I'm just sorry, I'm just enjoying watching everything. I saw you mopping down Kiri a second ago there.
She has ink all up her arm. There is ink all over our dining room table. At one point, she was under the table because she didn't catch the Gemini plates and they fell on the floor.
Ah, so it's going well.
And she's just dipped the brush in the water.
Yay!
If you don't have black quick dry, would you use alcohol proof or waterproof, or would you use a different quick dry ink?
Waterproof, because you've splattered water onto it, so just in case the card's a little bit damp, I would go with your waterproof.
Oh, fantastic.
Have you got a question, Kiri? What's your question?
That's...
wow, look at that!
Which colour on there is your favourite colour?
Yellow.
The yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, yellow's my favourite.
Here's your favourite. That's brilliant.
Wow.
I love the fact you put some on your face as well.
Is that the bit on your face to save for later?
Yeah.
Is it on her face as well? Oh, God.
Just the left-hand side. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving this so much. Keep going, guys. You do great. We're having a break in a minute. So there we go. Corrine, back to you.
Oh, there we go. So that's the point I've got to, and I'm going to let everybody. It's everybody catch up. So basically 5x7, we've cut out the finger notch, we've cut out the aperture, we've decorated the background however you want it. If you really don't enjoy doing that, cut it out of decorative paper. It's still going to work absolutely beautifully. So that's where we've got to, and we're just going to let everybody catch up. Any questions, please put them in the comments, and I'm sure we can answer them.
Absolutely, and if anybody just needs time to wipe their face off because they've got ink all over it, now is a good time to be able to do it. I don't have these, says Rhonda, but I still love to watch the projects. If you haven't got these, you can pick them up. They are a steal. They should be £50, $70. This is where you are if you're platinum today as part of our £100,000 giveaway. Happy Sunday from Maryland, everyone, says Rosalind Russell. And yes, Alicia, you can obviously put this box together if you haven't yet got the reveal wheel set. Mo number 2 says, good morning all, I love these duet inks. Not only are they amazing to use, the ink just falls off whatever you use to apply them. And Terry Anderson says, did I miss voting for the Crafting Hero? We finished that yesterday, if that's what you mean for the Crafter's Choice Awards. Yeah, we finished that. Oh, we do. Are we actually doing that, are we? We're doing a mega vote. Can you remember what won every vote? Because they've been cleared up. Let us know if you want to do another vote on top of all.
Sunday.
Let us know if you want to do another vote on top of all of the votes that we'll be doing later on, because we've got the demo of the day, we'll have the demo of the show, we'll have the demo of the week,
and
demo of the month today as well. Let's not do that. We'll just say that because we'll be doing. It will be demo of the month.
It's last Sunday.
It's the last Sunday of the month.
It's the last Sunday of the month.
It's the last Sunday of every month. The next Sunday's June, so it is demo of the month. I think we'll just maybe not do that, because otherwise we'll be just doing awards all the way through the final show. Let's give you opportunity to check out your baskets, and good point to ask any questions as well. We'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Get ready to meet the Gemini 2. We have been counting down the days, and now it's just around the corner. The Gemini 2 is coming here on the 30th of May, and I just can't wait to introduce all of you guys, our wonderful Crafters TV community, to this, our Gemini 2. It's our brand new, improved, smarter, faster, and just all-round amazing die cutting embossing machine. Now, we've added some innovative and pretty exciting new features and updated functions, and with all of that newness, we haven't cut back on anything. The Gemini 2 has all of the power, precision, and performance of our entire Gemini family. It will be available to buy on the Crafters Companion website on Tuesday the 30th of May. This will be a day to remember, so make a note to join Leanne and the whole team right here on Crafters TV for the official big launch of our Gemini 2.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Other customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody, in the midst of our craft along. I'm thoroughly enjoying this once again. A lot of people as well. Hi, Kiri! I can just see her waving at me. A lot of people enjoying our guests as well. Oh, let's have a look, Kiri, at what Kiri's done. Look at this. Have you just done that in the break, Kiri?
She has. This is mine.
That's amazing. Oh, let's see.
Mum's is good too.
Hold them up next to each other. Let me see which one I think is the best. Let's have a look. Hold them up side by side. Ooh, I think it's a draw. Look at yours, Kiri. That's amazing. Let me see Mum's. Shuffle Mum's across. Other way. Oh, but they are brilliant. Are you having fun, Kiri?
Yeah.
And what's your shape you've cut out there as well? What shape did you... The what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the shape on your cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a balloon. And you got more ink on your face as well. It shows me that you're having a great time. So that's the main thing. We'll come back to you very shortly. The thing is there's cuteness overload there, and if we spend too much time there, we'll never get the project done. So let's, please, can we just take that shot? Kiri! Let's get back to Corrine and get on with the next part of the demo. What do we need to do next?
Right, we're going to take our A3 card to make our box. Now, I spent quite a long time trying to work out the measurements for this. So my final measurement is going to be 9 3/4 by 11 3/4. It's going to... It's going to be, yeah, wanted 9, to get this box base, I needed 9 3/4 by 11 3/4, but I decided to take 1/8 of an inch off so that it would slide into the base, just like that. Now it's got stuck, something's got stuck on something, there we go, there we are. So it would slide in. So what I'm going to do, Nicola, this is my only complicated one. It's my only complicated one. Okay, so I'm going to cut to 11 5/8. So 5/8 is so 4/8 is
slightly bigger than a half.
Is a half, and then I'm going across half of one of our little squares.
No, just know with fractions. 5/8 is slightly bigger than 4/8, which is a half. You sort of have to know fractions a little bit.
Yeah,
but the good thing about the guillotine is it's just the next one along from a half.
Half a square, Nicola. So that's going to go just
It's one
there.
tiny dot along from the half.
Yeah. And then I want 9 5/8. So that's exactly the same. So it's 9 1/2 and then across half a square, and that is going to give me my box base. There we go. Right, now, what we need now is our score master. And then I'm going to pop this down and I'm going to score using my lid side. This has got to be from your lid side. I'm going to be scoring at 2 inches. So we're going to score just there. And the next one. And round to the next one. And to the next one. There we go. And that is going to be my draw. So we can cut it. I'm just going to fold it and burnish it. I'm not going to make it up for a minute because I want to put some mats and layers on, but I'm just going to do my folding just to make sure. Make sure everything's nice and square. And then the next one to there. So this is exactly as you would do your there we go. And then I'm just going to cut these ready, just so I've got them. So we just cut, as we always do with our boxes, down to that line and then just cut a little corner off. And if you want to cut a little corner off there, you can do too. That's sort of optional. Come down. Oops, I went a bit wonky there. My scissors slipped down to there. Cut off the corner and to there. All the way around. Where's my line? There we go.
Just cut those little tabs to make it easier to stick it together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What so that means that one there means it will go down.
Yeah.
And then I just cut the top one off just to make sure it's definitely not going to be visible.
Ah, okay. Good tip.
Yeah, good tips. And then the last one on there. Cut a little bit off there. And the tiniest little bit off there. So I'm going to leave that for now because what we're going to do is we're going to put some mats and layers on those two ends, and I always find it easier to put mats and layers on before we assemble it. But that's going to be your drawer. Now this is the one to make the... So basically the rest of the box is like a wrap. If you think about it, it's just like a sleeve.
Oh, a little sleeve, yeah,
a little sleeve. So a couple of failed attempts, but hopefully my measurements will work. So now this time, I want to bring this in here. So I don't know if Charlotte can come down on here. We've just done number 4. We're going to do number 5. But you might want these bits too. So basically, it's just that bit that we need to focus on.
Screen grab.
Screen grab. If everyone wants to screen grab on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this one here.
Okay.
So our key measurements are going to be 2 inches and 5 3/4, and as long as we remember those two numbers, it's going to work.
Yes.
So what I want to do now...
That's 5 6/8, Nicola.
Okay. Now, I'm going to need to trim this down, but if I want to trim this down, I can't put it in my guillotine yet, look.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go. Look, it's too long. So we're going to do some of our folding first.
Right.
So long ways, put it up to the right-hand side where it says box base. So the difference is, if you look at your scoreboard on the box base side, that first, that first gap, that first piece is bigger than on that side. And that is going to be absolute key to make this work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this to here, push it up nice and tight, and we're going to score at 2 inches. Remember I said those two measurements, 2 and 5 3/4. I'm going to score at 2, and then I'm going to fold and burnish. Then I'm going to put that up to the edge, and I'm going to score at 5 3/4, which is 5 half. Half is there, and 3/4. So 5 3/4. There we go. And then I'm going to fold it, making sure it's still nice and square. Just make it square to the... Oh, come on, go square. There we are. That's square. And fold that one. There we go. That's nice and square. Then I'm going to take it again up. So imagine that we've got the side and the top, so we want the next side and the bottom. So bringing that back up to the edge, every time we're putting the last score up to here. Because what we're doing is we're getting the measurement plus that extra little bit, which is going to give us this extra space as a wrap. So we're going to pop that one up to there. So we've done a 2 at 5 3/4, so we're back to 2 again. So we would just score at 2 from the box base and fold it, making sure that we're square on.
You're right, Mo, it is like a matchbox, a big matchbox.
It is, it's just a giant, yes, it is a giant matchbox.
Yeah.
So there we go, so we've now got 3 sides, so we just want to, pop it back up to there and measure 5 3/4 again. So 5, making sure it's up tight to there, and measure 5 3/4. Now, and then that just happens that you've got a perfect amount left over. Can you see this little piece?
Yeah.
It's going to act as your glue.
Oh, okay.
I thought the measurements just worked really, really well from A3. So there we go. So don't trim that off. We need that piece because that's going to be... So effectively we've created, can you see, our tube.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just by the by, if you need A3, we have got the Centura Pearl and a buy 2 get 1 on the show.
Oh, that's good.
So shop the show for that.
Now, what we need to do is cut this, and I've not written my measurement down. I'm going to have to quickly measure this. Where's my ruler gone? We need to, I can't see where I've written it down on there. So we're cutting that to 7 3/4.
Okay.
So can you remember what I said before was when this was, we couldn't cut it, now we can fold it in half, pop it into our guillotine, and then we can measure 7 3/4. There we go. So that, oh, last bit, there we go. Just, that's the way. Now we've got it the perfect size.
Yeah.
Does that all make perfect sense? Because we couldn't do that because our guillotine wasn't big enough.
Big enough, yeah.
And again, if you now, when you fold it flat, look, everything lines back up. So it's really easy to assemble. Can you see? We've got a perfect square tube when you line that up. Again, it's up to you. This one we could actually assemble because we can push it flat. But I'm going to leave it for a minute. We're going to leave that nice and flat. So we've got our drawer and we've got our box. So if you see, look, this drawer, if I fold that in to there, it's exactly the same length as the sleeve to go round it. So that is what you should have. Does that make sense? So those are our 2 pieces. So we're going to put those to one side.
Yep.
Because what we need to do now is create the mats and layers, because in a minute we're going to need to assemble this bit on the top. So if we go back to here, oh, Hannah's got a question, I think.
Let's have a look. We can cross back on over. Oh, Kiri's disappeared, but Hannah has a question.
I do. She's gone. Is it 7 3/8 or 7 3/4 long?
Long, 3/4.
3/4. Cool, thank you, that's it.
Marvellous. Crafting for 2 there.
Yeah, I sent her the measurements to help, and then I'll write on here, trim to 7 3/4 long. So there we go. I forgot to write that one down. I actually made this about 3 weeks ago. I made it, did
Yeah, you guys have to prep like quite far in advance, don't you? So sometimes forget your own measurements.
Okay, so layers. I've done coloured linen card first, black card next, and then I've got my topper and I've got my pattern paper. So just because I love it, I have picked my Summer Meadow.
Yes.
I just absolutely love it. So you've got your linen card from the Summer Meadow and you've got your decorative paper.
Shop the day for that. Shop the day for that.
You certainly can. I'm actually going to use the reverse of one of my sheets just because I thought, look at that, those colours work really, really well. I just thought that was a little bit too busy, but that worked really, really well. Okay, so for my linen card, pick a colour that goes well with your project. I think that's a pretty good match, don't you? So what we need, according to here, from the linen card, we need 1 piece at 5.5 by 7.5, 2 pieces at 1 3/4 by 7.5 and 2 pieces at 1 3/4 by 5.5. So these ones on this side are going to be on the box base and this is going to be on the lid. So let's cut to 7.5 first. That's going to be the easiest. So I'm going to cut this to 7.5. There we go, to there. That's 7.5. And then I'm going to cut to 5.5. To there. There we go. So that is going to go on here, just like that. And that fits absolutely, that's a really good fit. And then I want 7.5, for the sides, I need 7.5 by 1 3/4 twice. So let me just check I've got the right way around. Yeah, it's my 7.5. So 1 3/4, just there. And I need that twice. There we go, just there. And then I'm doing my end. Oh, that's not going to fit. I'm going to have to, I need 5.5. So let's trim that one down. 5.5 by, it'll be 1 3/4 again, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 3, so I'm not going to get 2 out of there.
Nearly.
1 3/4, then I'm just going to have to cut another piece out of this one. There we go. Keep these little bits because when we do all of our little sentiments on the top, we can use all of these up. 5.5 there, oops, by 1 3/4. There we are. So let me show you. I've got 5 pieces, 2 long ones, 2 shorter ones, and there we go, 2 longer ones, 2 shorter ones, and 1 for the top in the orange.
Perfect.
Okay, so I hope everyone's got that. So, yeah, that should catch up with that. So now we need to do 1/4 inch smaller in black.
Black, yes.
So we're just working our way down. So this is really easy. So we're going to do 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 for the top. So I'm just using our, what do we call it? Matte black cardstock. I had to think what it was called then. So I've got a piece of that and I'm going to cut that to, let's do 7 1/4 first. 7 1/4. There we go, like that. And that's going to be 5 1/4. So keeping that 7 1/4 length, we need 2 at 1 1/2.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. That's 3 inches. So I can do 2 1 1/2s out of that.
Almost like you planned it.
If I did, I'd forgotten. There we go, 2 1 1/2s out of that. Then I need 5 1/4 by 1 1/2 twice. So let's do 5 1/4 that way by 1 1/2 twice. Hopefully everybody's following where we're up to so far. There we are. So if I've got...
Perfect.
There we go. So now, where we had the orange, we've now got black in the same format, 2 short, 2 long, and there. Now, is that the right one? That looks, yes it is.
Yeah.
Yep, there we are. Look at that.
Nice one.
It looked a bit wide, but you can see that's going to fit perfectly onto there.
Yeah.
And then we've got the other pieces. Now, I don't need a topper because we've already created a topper.
Yeah.
That's going to go on there. Those colours work lovely, don't they?
They do, yeah.
They really do. But we do need toppers for those two different sizes. So that's where I'm going to use my decorative paper. So I'm going to cut those and then we'll have a break to let everybody catch up. So looking at this, I've got 12 by 12 paper. So I want it 1 1/4 by 7 and 1 1/4 by 5. Because if you remember, my topper, which is what the layer I'm matching up to, was 5 by 7. So that makes total sense. We know we've got it in the right order. So let's go to Here we go. So what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I need, let's cut this to 7 from there.
Yep.
Just to there. Then I'm going to cut. Now 1 1/4 can start to get a little bit difficult because it's under your guard. So you just have to hold it really carefully. But 1 1/4, just take a minute to get that straight. Hold it nice and tight. 1 1/4. First one, and then 1 1/4. But this could be any, and like I say, if you really wanted to, you could have done a larger sheet of, what we could have done was that whole, you could have done the whole sheet of your watercolour cardstock and then trimmed it down, and then you could have been using that. So then we need a piece that's 5 inches. Let's cut that one by 1 1/4 twice, so that's a bit of waste, and then 1 1/4 again. Oops, move my arm out the way. I think that's pretty good going. We're about halfway through.
Yeah, I feel like.
And then we've got the wheel to do and the assembly. So that's, to me, you know, and the accessories. So I think we've done the hardest bit.
Could be an early finish.
Possibly not, but yeah, good timing, good timing. There we go. So those are my final layers.
Brilliant.
So we've got those, and we're gonna glue those together next when we come back, so we can put that in there. Now, has anybody got any questions, Ben? Has any come in at all, or does everybody seem happy?
No, it's all good actually. Absolutely fine. So much. Lots of people are having fun watching Hannah and Kiri. Loads of comments coming through. So much fun watching Kiri, says Lois. And OMG, says Mo. I love this gorgeous girl. I've just tuned in, so I don't know her name. I love the looks that she gives Ben. Yeah, looks of disdain. No, we go on. We're good mates, me and Kiri. But no, we're all good. If you are crafting along and you have got any questions you want to fire in, then feel free to. And to the same point, if you are kind of crafting along and you haven't told us that you're doing that, make sure you do, so that we can hopefully by the end of the show, because I've got a feeling that this will be one that will, you know, we might have 10 minutes or so left at the end of the show. So if we have got a chance to show some pictures, we'll be able to do it. So if you are crafting, let us know. And like we said, I know there are a few people who perhaps haven't got this set yet. Who are perhaps just making the construction of the box itself. So again, send in your pictures and let us know what you've done with that. But it's £20 today, basically, $27.12 if you're shopping in the US and you're platinum. Let's take a short break, come back. I've got a couple of deals to kind of recap you on. We'll see how just Hannah on her own, it looks like now, is getting on. And then we'll get back on with the next stage of this craft vlog. We'll see you in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're they're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part, and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Sunday, just gone 3 o'clock here in the UK. What's everyone up to for the bank holiday? What are you doing? Where is everyone? What's going on? Let us know. Any plans for bank holiday Monday? What?
Crafting.
No, but I mean, if you're not, you're going to be crafting, but you're not going to be doing that solidly for the next 2 days. What are the big plans? Who's doing what? What's going to be going on over the big weekend? What are you going to do and making the most out of that extra day that you've got off? Nicola tomorrow is going to the driving range tomorrow. Play a bit of golf. That's
do you golf?
Yeah. Make sure you wear Nicola,
golf.
make sure you wear 2 pairs of trousers in case you get a hole in one. I know what you're going to say. Before you say it, go, there aren't any holes in the driving range. It was just generic golf joke, all right? Because you just smack it. You just, what? You're offended by the joke. The joke was a great joke. It was a great joke. I've never been to a driving range, but you just smack it as hard as you can, don't you? I think it is quite stress relieving. You just literally just smash the ball as hard as you can. Does it come on a little digital display and tell you how far you've actually hit it? Oh, well, let us know, Nicola. Huh?
She's never been to a driving range, she just said.
Ah. Well, you might have booked it and it would just tell you what. Oh, you don't even have to. Oh, right. They give you £2 for 25 balls.
Yeah,
There's
you
your
do
bucket of
25 balls in about a minute and a half, won't you?
Depends how well you can hit it, though, because you ever tried it in a golf ball off a tee? You'd be like that. Oh. Oh. You'll be, yeah. I'm terrible at golf. One game. I can hit a cricket ball coming at me at 60 miles an hour. Can I hit a golf ball that's stationary on a tee? No. The clubs are too big. The big clubs are too long. Yeah, they're really long. If you give me like a 7-iron, I'll do it, but nah. Have fun, Nicola. Very quickly, just to show you, we mentioned about A3 cardstock. This is on the show. If you hit the Shop the Show page, it's a buy 2, get 1 free deal where we're giving you 70 sheets in total. So you get 20 sheets of our pastels, all of these beautiful colours. In essence, as well, the way I look at this and think, well, that's 20 sheets of your A3, but if you were to fold, that in half, that would be 40 sheets of your A4. But brilliant for your bigger projects, for things like making your boxes as well. So you get 20 sheets of the pastels, and then we give you 25 sheets each of our Snow White hint of gold. Can you see that at home?
Yeah.
That's got a hint of gold there. So you've got 25 sheets of that, and then we've also got 25 to make up your 70 sheets of the hint of silver as well. And as I mentioned, that is on the Shop the Day page. Basically, you buy 2 sets, you get 1 free, and that's part of our 100,000 giveaway. $12.99's worth, or $18.99 £5 worth we're giving away. Nice to have A3 in your stash, particularly, as I've said, if you're doing things like construction projects. And also, it's just lovely cardstock, our Centura Pearl, selection of the colours and the hint ofs as well. Morning to Stephanie, says good morning on this sunny morning, waiting for my sister for a little visit. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you to Rachel on the socials, who really enjoyed my golf joke. Oh, that is a brilliant joke, she's written down here. I loved it. It was very funny. She's put, that is bad. And Lou White says, big plans at my house, digging up a water main line, unfortunately. Oh, never rains but it pours. Go to the driving range afterwards, that's what Nicola's just said. Right, let's get back to it. I think we're all good to go. No more questions come through or comments, so we're all good on that front. What do we do next?
Right, I'm just going to glue my mats and layers together, so that's really, really easy, but I didn't want to get on and get this done before I came. Now, I probably just put tacky glue down, but actually, I'm in an all-purpose glue mood today, so you know, you use whichever glue works for you. If you want to use your tape pens, that will work too, or your all-purpose or your tacky glue. It's entirely up to you. I've not got any coated cardstock, so that there's no reason why I can't use my all-purpose, and it will work brilliant like that. So there we go. So that's the first layer, and then I'm going to put my pattern on, and then that's going to go just there, just like that. So that's the first one on my sides. Put that just 1 minute to dry before we start trying to do anything with it. Oh, I can see a little bit of glue seeping out of there. Then we're going to go in with the next one, and that's going just, we can pop that one on, just like that.
Have you ever been to a driving range?
I haven't.
No.
My husband does it's not crazy golf. What's the...
Pitch and putt.
Pitch and putt. He likes doing that.
Pitch and putt's fun.
He hasn't done that for years, but yeah, he likes doing that one. You still have 9 holes and take 2 hours or something to go round, don't you? It's not crazy golf.
Oh no, crazy golf you can do in about half an hour, can't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just shorter. I don't mind pitch and putt. You use 2 clubs rather than having to lug around the big bag.
Yeah.
And take a caddy with you.
Yeah.
I think I've told you before, 2 things that I don't really enjoy because I can't do them: golf and surfing. And that was my brother-in-law's stag do about 15 years ago. Yeah, it was a golf and surfing weekend. And it
Where?
Bude.
Oh, Bude's got good surfing though, hasn't
in Cornwall. The thing was with that is I could play a bit of golf, so the golfing side of things was okay. It was just a bit dull. But then I'd never surfed before, and they obviously teach you on the sand, don't they? And I just thought it was so random. It's like, yeah, all you have to do is you lie on the board, so you're obviously on the sand, and then they're like,
so it's not going anywhere,
pop to your knees and then pop up, so you're on the sand going, well, this surfing malarkey is easy. When you get in the water, it's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't think I stood up once on the whole thing, and it's just so much effort to then get back on your board, to then paddle out so far, to then try and catch the wave, and I think I sat on the beach for most of it, to be honest with you.
So, is your brother-in-law a surfer and golfer?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Not really. He's a bit more of a, what do you call it when you just lay on your stomach and come in? Is that wakeboard? Is that wakeboarding? I don't know. He's more bodyboarding. He's more of a surfer, golfer than me. But it was just the fact I think they just wanted to go to Cornwall, and those were the 2 things that were sort of, on offer really. I did not enjoy that weekend. And then in the evening, of course, when lads kind of get together, and it's like, oh, the drink this weekend we've all got to drink is cider. And guess what?
You don't like cider?
I don't like cider. No, so, yeah. No, I'm not being negative. I can talk about things that I don't like, and I'm just telling you about a weekend. Huh? What do I like in regards to what, though? What was my stag weekend? What do you mean, what would it be? What was it? We did paintballing and go-karting, which was fun. And then we went out of an evening in the lovely city of Exeter, dressed as characters from the 80s.
Who were you?
He-Man.
He-Man?
Yes. I don't know if there are any pics doing the rounds, but yeah. No, there won't be any pictures because it was before Facebook. It was before Facebook.
Yeah, people didn't take as many pictures, did they?
No, you didn't, did you? There were probably actual physical pictures, but there won't be any on Facebook. Oh, yeah, me and Gary Barlow, my terrible hairdo, you just found that picture. Because Facebook never arrived, did it, till about 2003, so that'd be the reason why. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, I'm just going to stick some of these mats and layers on. So this one, I've stopped at the orange and the black now. I'm going to stick this down. I don't think they're going to do that wrong by sticking this down. So I'm going to stick this on the box. My box and lid still aren't assembled, but that's going to make life so much easier. Now I've done it so that this piece comes down so that my join is going to be at the bottom. That's just my choice. So I've done it on the second panel just there. There we go. There we are, right. That's going to go on there. And then I've got my two edges. One, and again I'm just going to leave them then to dry. Put this to one side to dry while we make everything for the next bit. So that's going to go just there. Make sure all your bits line up. If you cut it like I did, you've cut it from the same piece of card, so you know everything should line up. That one's going to go on here. There we go, and that one is going to go just there. And again, everything should nicely line up.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's all stuck down. There we go. Just wiping off any excess glue that should ooze out. There we are. There we go. So those are on there. We don't need, I haven't put anything on the bottom because that is the underneath. And then on my drawer, I just need to put these two shorter ones on the end pieces. So that's going to go one on here. I'm going to actually turn it over and I'm going to pop there. That's going to go onto here, and then this one, and then we're just going to put everything to one side to leave it to dry.
Okay.
So there we go. That's going to go onto here. There we go, just like that. So there we go. So that is where we have glued up to so far.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Those looks very neat. Do you want to see if everything's going on?
Yeah, let's pop on back over to Hannah's house. You look like you're very busy, Hannah. You're still crafting for two?
No, I'm just crafting for one now. I've abandoned her. Well, she abandoned me.
Oh, there's something more interesting come up.
She is now sitting on the sofa eating chocolate pudding, so yes.
Ah. Do you do a lot of crafting together sort of generally? Or do you craft and then Kiri comes along to see what you're doing, or do you kind of try and get her involved?
She comes along and causes utter chaos. Yesterday she came down from a shower, instantly stuck her hand on one of my ink pads, picked up a stamp on a rocker block, and then tried to touch my embossing after I'd just done it.
Yikes. Oh dear. It makes it more interesting, doesn't it? It's kind of like crazy crafting.
It's danger crafting.
Danger crafting. That's exactly what it is.
And you're like, oh, God, you picked up a craft knife, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Maybe keep those hidden away. But just for people who have not met you before, because you haven't been crafting that long, have you? You were telling us last time.
No, not card making. About, since February, so about 3-4 months.
Yeah, and you still enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've thrown myself into it wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
loving it.
I can tell that, and you love these craft-alongs as well. And
I do. It is fun, and it's fun to involve her, even though she doesn't want to play anymore. But she enjoys it, and she likes the interaction, and yeah, it's a nice, fun thing to do.
Yeah, it's a nice experience, and like I said, you know what? If I was crafting along and someone offered me a chocolate pudding sitting on the sofa, I'd probably do that as well. So.
Don't blame her. I wasn't offered a chocolate pudding, otherwise I might be over there as well.
Oh, boo!
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to you.
Of course you wouldn't. Well, are you all up to speed? Everything going well?
I may have lost a piece of card that I had cut, but I'm sure it will appear. I've lost the mat or a layer. Which is the mat and which is a layer?
Oh, there's a good question, Corrine. Which is the mat and which is the layer?
I've put linen first, then black, and then patterned.
No, as in actually, when you say mats and layers.
So you mat and then your layers on top. So you layer it up. That's how I try.
I don't know. Good question.
No, it is, isn't it? You have your mat.
You match your base.
Yeah, and then your layers.
And then your layers are all the ones after that, yes.
Yeah. Mats and layers.
Yeah.
You only have one mat?
Yeah. Well, that's the way I think it is. One mat and then all the
Okay,
layers.
multiple layers.
Yeah. I got a question right. Yes. Right, let's get back on it. Are you ready for the next? I can read a couple of comments actually. Oh, actually, one comment. Mo number 2 just says the best part of the 3-day weekend is Sunday evening/night. I can do whatever I want. I'm cleaning today and having friends over tomorrow. Maybe the garden. It's not work. That's all I care about. That is the nice feeling, isn't it, about having a bank holiday weekend, knowing that Sunday is like Saturday. That you can still, you know, have a bit of fun Sunday, knowing there's going to be no repercussions because you're off on the Monday, which is amazing. Just very quickly, because I just quickly show you what you're going to get again in the set, and then we'll get back to the next part with Corrine. If you haven't yet got the reveal wheel, as I say, I know there's a few of you crafting along, just doing the construction of the box. But if you want to pick this up, best price I've ever seen this at. It's an incredible deal for all of the elements within the reveal wheel set. This is your worker die, if you like, to create the actual spin of the actual wheel itself. There's your little die to be able to create the little piece here for you to be able to spin the wheel around. This is all the construction part to allow you again to get that wheel spinning, and then within each and every set you get a die to create your aperture. So that's like the standard one that you get in the worker set, and then you've got a whole host of different stamps to reveal a sentiment for different occasions. So this one is for birthday, so have a brilliant birthday. You can then have a great anniversary. You can just have a fabulous graduation. There's lots of different ways that you can kind of use and combine these and combine them within the different sets as well. This one comes with a speech bubble, and this one is thanks, or big thanks from me to you. Huge hugs to you, sending enormous hugs, whatever it might be. You've then got the candy or the sweet delight. Again, different sayings in this one. To a sweet friend, to a lovely person. You've got the heart one, which is sending hugs, sending love, sending laughter, sending rainbows. And again, you get the beautiful heart aperture. You've got the star aperture in this one, which is called Absolute Star. Vibrant human, super person. You're a special friend. You've then got the cloud, which is called Dreamy Cloud. You're dreamy. Hope your day is super duper. Hope your birthday is the best ever, and more. Plus, in the last set you're going to get Festive Balloon, which is the one I think Kiri used, is the Have a Brilliant Anniversary. Have a great day. There's loads on there. And you can also, so I was trying to read it upside down, I couldn't read what that said. And also, of course, if you decide, you could create your own little sentiments on these. You could like do a 4, because there's like 4 spaces, aren't there? You could do like a 4 message thing, like will you marry me? That'd be quite cute, wouldn't it? Yeah. Go do the shopping. Whatever you like, really. You can have a lot of fun with it, can't you? We are out of milk. Yeah, you know, whatever you want, really. It's completely and entirely up to you. But £19.98 or $27.12 for the full set. Make sure you grab it today, because that is a great deal as part of our £100,000 giveaway. Right, next.
Okay, so if you remember, if we go back to our main die, to our sentiment revealed, we've used the finger turn a bit, we've used the aperture, so we've now got the little circle and the big circle left, and they're there for a reason. So we need to cut these out of just regular white multi-purpose cards. So I've just put them onto my cutting plate, and then I'm going to pop them out of white, and that is really simple. So these are the bits that are going to make it work. These are the bits. Now I think I do this slightly different to how the instructions show you, but for me it always works. So there we go. There we are. So we've got this. So basically this is the bit that needs to turn around, and then this is the bit that's going to anchor it to the base. So this is why you needed a split pin. So I brought 2 lots of split pins, I brought some little split pins, and I brought some bigger split pins.
Is a split pin the same as a brad?
Well, I think I was calling them a brad before, but I'm sure a brad is one of those that comes in 2 pieces and that you put it between like a crocodile and your screen, I think.
I think you're right.
But I'm happy, I'm sure people can... But I think if these were like fancy, had fancy shapes on the end, you'd probably call them brads.
Yes.
There we go. So yeah, you can either use the smaller one or the larger one. So what we want to do eventually is we're going to put this through here, and then we're going to put it through there, and then they will turn one against the other. So that's how it works. So what I'm going to do is on the smaller one, I'm going to get my tiniest foam pads, and I'm going to put my foam pads around the outside. Don't use your big ones, just use your little ones. And I'm putting these on the underneath side, because that's going to, you know, when you die cut, you've got a top and a bottom. This is the underneath. And I'm going to put 4 foam pads just on there. There we go. So just round the edge, and then I'm going to put that on my split pin to one side. So then we need to start to put our sentiment on our reveal wheel. So this again is where have I put it? I think I put it away. I put my stamping platform away. I forgot I needed it. There we go.
You're getting like Jan tidying up, you see.
I certainly did. It certainly did. So what we need to do is we're going to put this on here. And if you want to use these little notches, that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to get my sentiment. Now I'm using the speech bubble one.
Yeah.
I want the sentiments from the speech bubble. Now these do fit. These sentiments do fit in the aperture that I'm using, which I've completely lost now. I've lost it here. There we go. I know that these ones will still fit in here. Look, the big, the huge, enormous and massive fit in there. So just make sure that the sentiments that you're using fit in the aperture. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of my magnets. I'm going to put them in the gaps. And then, can you see you've got these little notches? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my sentiment notch to notch and then slide it down to the middle. Can you see? So what you're trying to do is you line up those notches with your word. And I can do all 4 together. Mm-hmm. So line up that notch and then just slide it down to the middle. Just make sure they come. So I just have those touching that little circle in the middle. And this is like your spacing. So oops, I've just nudged that one out of the way, sorry. There we go. Line them up into the middle. They don't actually touch.
No.
Because they're almost like round the edge of the circle.
So if you did want to write your own little sentiments on there, you could use the stamps as a guide as to where you could write them, couldn't you?
Yeah. You just use one of the stamps to sort of...
You could pencil around it, couldn't you,
yeah,
almost?
to go where it needs to go.
Yeah.
So there you go. Do you know what? You could actually, if you wanted to, there's no reason why you couldn't get even more on. Look, if I could get 5 in there if I wanted to. There's no reason why not, as long as they sort of got gaps between them.
Yeah.
But we're going to space them evenly. And if you want to space them evenly, then just line them up with those. So we'll put that there, like that. There we go. And then, if you want, it's from the other one, I'll do the arrows. There's an arrow stamp as well, if you want to use that. And because I've got it out, I'm going to use my quick dry ink pad, just because I've got it out. But any ink pad, you could do it coloured, you could do it black, it's entirely up to you. But just because I've got this one out, I'm going to do my quick dry. Now remember, quick dry ink pads are really juicy, so they do go all over. You're not all over. That was our word of the show when we had Mediterranean Dreams on, wasn't it? Because we had juicy lemons. There we go. So we can pop those through there, pop that around there, and there we have our sentiments. Now those I know are in exactly the right place. And then if we go to our sentiment reveal,
Oh, we've got a question from the VIP box. Let's go back over to Hannah. What's your question, Hannah?
Oh. I've got lost. I got hideously lost when we started doing this because I was looking for something and then I fell behind. So I have 2 circles.
Yep.
And I've got my stamps out.
Yep.
Do I put the brad in now or brad in later?
No, you can. We're going to do that in a minute.
Okay, and where exactly do I position my stamps?
Right, so let me just get one out again. So what you want to do, They've just got to be in, if you're using 4, you've just got to get them in 4 equal places. So all you do is you use the little notch.
Yeah.
You see the little notch there, line it up with the notch, but put the centre next to...
Oh, the centre touches the circle. Okay,
yeah, just
cool.
touches the circle. Just touches the circle like that. And then that will be basically the perfect window placement.
Amazing, thank you.
Yeah. But if they're not in exact quarters, then really, once it's together, nobody will notice.
No.
The most important bit is that you get the point of the cheese on that point, because then your sentiment...
The point of the cheese?
The point of the cheese.
Yeah.
And there we go. Okay. Right. I'm going to do this quick way. I'm going to grab myself a little rocker block to do this bit.
Just on the brad split pin debate, Lou says it's what we call a brad in the US. Split pins are brads, rivets are the ones that need a tool to push together, says Betty.
There you
and
go.
although the brad can also be a small nail, split pin probably a better name since it actually describes the thing, says Anne. So yeah, you say potato, we say patata.
Yeah. Right, now what I'm going to do is I put my little arrow on a rocker block, and last time I did it, I did them between the gaps, but then I find that when I've got a word in the window, you can't see the arrow. So I found that if you take one of the words, so where you've got your little notches, pop your arrow quite close to one of those notches, like that. Can you see? I'm going to do another one, turn it round. And this is why I just think the rocker blocks are perfect for this. There we go. And you see, they stamp beautifully, don't they?
Yeah.
There we go. 3 and 4. By the time I found that they weren't visible, I completely made the other project and I wasn't starting again. I just thought, I will do it right on the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be all right on the night.
I'd already had about 5 attempts to get the wrap to the right, you know, the wrap that goes around the outside to the right measurement. So it was like, no, we're not starting this again. We're not starting this again. Okay, so that is all of that bit of stamping. So now is the bit where it comes to constructing. We still will have a little bit of die cutting to decorate in a minute, but what I want to show you. So can you remember when we did this, we took it back to a 5 by 5 square, didn't we, to find the placement? This one now is 5 1/4 wide, so I want to find the centre of my 5 1/4 circle. So all I've done is I've gone across, I used a white pen, as long as I was marking under here because it won't show. I just found, I went 1/2 of 5 is 2 1/2, and then went across 1/8. And then I just went down to here and I found 2 1/2 and an extra one, so it's 4/8, 5/8, 2 5/8 from the top and from the bottom, and I found that centre spot. So that is 2 5/8 in and 2 5/8 down. Okay. Really, really easy to do. And the reason you need to do that is because what we're going to do is you just need to, what we want to do is we're going to position this over that cross. Now that sounds easy, but we're going to have a split pin in the middle.
Yes.
So what you might want to do, what you could do actually, think it through. I can see that there, look. Yeah. I can see my cross there. This actually, just come to me. What I'm going to do, because no one's going to see this, I'm going to draw with my white pen. Doesn't have to be even all the way round. There. Yeah. That's definitely the easiest way. It just came to me then. So I'm going to take my foam pads off. Here. I've got these silly packs of
Those are the ones that I
pads.
had the other day when I did that demo with you, that I couldn't get the backs off.
I've never known we need to get through this supply of these ones because they're being put somewhere, haven't they? I'm getting there. There we go. Right. So what you need to do, take the backs off the foam pads. From the back, this is where my way is slightly different. From the back, put your split pin through. Then I'm going to grab hold of the split pin and hold it just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to line it up with that circle.
Good idea. That's clever.
There we go. There we go. Just like that. There you go. So my split pin's straight out the top. Okay. Then I'm going to stick my wheel on, because now look, my wheel will turn. Oops. Unless I go a bit like that. Can you see my wheel is turning perfectly?
Yeah.
So then open out your split pin, but just don't do it so tight that this won't turn anymore.
No.
I've done that before. I've anchored that down and I've stretched it, and it's so tight that basically you stop that from spinning.
That's got a good spin on it, that one, hasn't it?
That one has, yeah. Nice. Now the other way is you can do it the other way down, but then I find it even harder to find the centre. So I just find that way the easiest.
Yeah.
So if we look on this, we're going to put this onto here, and then that's going to turn through there. Okay, so this is where we need to now put our adhesive. So I'll put that to one side, and I'm going to bring this back. Now I have in my crafty stash some ultra wide, ultra deep.
What on earth is that?
I know, it's foam tape. It is.
That's the biggest ever.
Oh no, it's bigger than this when it arrives. This is 5mm foam tape. If you don't have 5mm foam tape.
Hey.
What? If you don't have 5mm foam tape, get your regular foam tape and cut the piece you want, fold it in half.
Yeah.
And that now is the same height as there. Okay?
Great. Yes.
So what we want to do, now remember, I'm going to grab this metal die to show you. So this is going to sit here. Okay? So when we put our foam tape on, use your die if you want to, put your foam tape so that it doesn't interfere with that die. Otherwise, it's not going to rotate. So what I'm going to do is I've got one here that's little, and then I'm going to put another. I'm not going to actually put a piece there because if I do, I think it's going to catch my wheel.
Right.
I'm going to put a piece just there.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put a little piece just there. So like I say, if you haven't got a thick foam tape, then just use double height of your regular foam tape.
Great idea.
And then there, and then I'm going to put a piece just there, and let's do another piece just there like that. Actually, I want that. I'm going to bring that out a little bit further. There, and then I'm going to grab some longer pieces. I'm going to put a piece just down here so it doesn't bow, and a piece just there. There we go.
Yeah.
I can lift that out of the way. So that was just to make sure that everything did. Now, this is something, I don't even know if I remember to bring it. If I've got, find a thick black pen. Oh, I know what I've got.
What do you need? What do you need? I've got a Sharpie over here.
Oh, actually that Sharpie's not very...
Is it?
No, I thought it was a little bit worn out. I did have a brush one of our... There, look.
Permanent marker, big what? Look at that. Done that?
Oh, permanent marker works.
It's a big, thick one.
If it's got lots of ink in it, has it got lots of...
Yes.
Brilliant, thank you.
Is that all right there?
Thank you. There we
It's
go.
thick.
Right. You don't have to do this, but what I like to do is just...
Ah, yes, so you can't see the
colour
foam.
My foam tape. Just like that. Black foam tape is almost impossible. You can get it.
We had some for a bit, didn't we? I think, or was it when we had some of the third parties on? I'm sure.
Right.
Might have been hunky-dory, I want to say.
Ah, yeah. Just colouring in that outside
So
edge.
this is just so that you don't see it
Just so I
once you
don't
stick
see
it in
it
place?
because it's over black card, and I just sometimes find that it doesn't look that pretty. So I'm just popping that on there. You see that one I brought quite close. If I actually just put black on, it'll just hide it.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I don't want it to soak through my card, so I'm just being careful like that. There we go. You can go as thick as you want with your black, but yeah.
Let's go back to Hannah,
Yeah,
I think.
please do.
Whilst you're just colouring your foam in there. What do you need to know, Hannah?
I've got lost with the wheel construction or putting it together.
Okay. Where can I see where you've got to? What have you done?
We have a wheel stamped.
Yeah.
We've got the centre bit with foam pads on.
Yeah. And you've got a split pin.
And I've got a split pin, which I'm worried is too small, but yeah, we'll work
No,
with
I've
that.
got small ones and it works perfectly, it's okay. So, just find, you want to find, so this is 5 1/4, so find the centre point, which is 2 and, and so have you found your centre point there?
Yeah.
Have you drawn round your little circle so that you can see? Okay. So, get your split pin from the back, from the foam pad side of your wheel and pop it through and then... Yes? Yes,
Right,
does that make sense? Take the backs off your foam pads.
Yep.
Yeah,
You with us?
now it all makes a lot more sense.
Holding the pin, position it over the circle. Yeah, on your black card. Stick it to your cards. So it should be your card base, that should be your foam pads, and then your white small circle with the split pin pointing up.
Yeah, really stupidly, I had the foam pads facing upwards and I was thoroughly confused. But yeah,
there we go.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
I thought they were a spacer rather than an adhesive element.
They're lifting this up, aren't they? They're going to hold this up in. Yeah. Has that worked?
Yep.
Then you can drop your...
This was one of the first kits I bought when I started with Cob's Companion, and I have never used it.
It's this bit that blows people's mind, but it is really easy once you do it. So just
it's fine now.
Drop your big wheel over the top and split your pin.
Yeah. There we go.
It spins perfect. Thank you.
Nice one.
And is yours spinning, Hannah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's spinning
That is a good spinner. Look at that.
That's a good spin. Brilliant.
Oh, show us again. Have a look. Yes.
Brilliant.
So the Wheel of Fortune, that. Love it.
Okay. So then you just need to put some deep foam tape around, remembering that it needs to avoid the area where your wheel is. There we go. So I'm going to take this foam tape off, the back off my foam tape. There we go, just like here. And what I'm also going to do is I am going to put a little bit of wet glue on.
Now, why would you do that?
To give it a little bit of wiggle room.
Right.
I think you knew the answer to that one, Ben.
I did, but just in case for anyone who didn't know.
There we go. Just because I need it to be in exactly the right place, I don't want it to stick too hard. And as we were saying yesterday, sometimes a dry adhesive, which is a foam tape is a dry adhesive, can dry out quicker than your wet glue, so it just makes it last longer. So then I just need to centre that with an even border all the way around, and before it's stuck, look at that. Look, that works, and that positions. Brilliant. My foam tape's not catching, and that is working brilliant. Oh, very happy with that.
Let's have a look again.
There we go.
That's brilliant. The big wheel keeps on turning.
The development team have done all by making those little stamps in the cheese shape, by putting the hole in the centre. They've done all the hard work for you. That really, really isn't difficult at all. Okay, so now we need to just construct. I'm going to put that one to one side just for a minute, because I've used a little bit of wet glue. I'm going to do my box next. So the only other thing you might want to do is if you've got, what's the word, a crocodile or something like that, then you'd be able to find you'd be able to put a nice hole very neatly in the centre of here. I couldn't find mine. I've got one and I couldn't find mine.
Couldn't find your crocodile?
No, it's not like it's tiny. So I'm just going to find the centre point, and I'm just going to use my...
No, a crocodile, not a crocodile. It's like an industrial punch, isn't it? With lots of different...
Makes holes in things.
Yeah, but lots of different sized punches. No, crocodile, not a crocodile.
Yeah, and I'm just putting a hole in the centre of there. There we go. So I've got a couple of pieces, I've got a piece of ribbon, and all I'm going to do is cut a piece off here, and then I'm going to thread that through that. Again, I'm just doing all the bits that are quite difficult before I construct, and then that's going to go through that hole there like that.
It's a big tool to lose that, like you say, isn't it, a crocodile?
I know. It must be in my... It's in my craft room, but I couldn't see it when I needed it. So it'll be there. Just looking for a little bit of red liner. What's done to this red liner? Oh, there it is. It was stuck in there. That was weird. So you can just...
Charlotte marvelling now at pictures of crocodiles on the internet. I've got a crocodile, says Lillian. It is huge. It is huge, you say. Yeah.
I'm going to get a larger piece. I'm going to get that. And then once I've got my handle to the right side, all I'm going to do is I'm going to... You could, if you were being really good, you'd probably cover this up with a piece of pretty paper. But for now, all I'm going to do is just put some red liner over that. And then I've got a little handle on the outside. Easy. And then I can put my box together.
Okay.
So however you want to do that, what am I looking for? I might do it with my tape pen. There we go. And you've seen this done hundreds of times.
Yeah.
So it's just popping this together, and it's really easy because all of my mats and layers are nice and dry. So we can put one. Just make sure you get. It's really important that you get a nice right angle, otherwise it's not going to slide in the drawer.
Yeah.
And it should work really real well. There we go, just there, and just there. There we go. So there's my drawer. There we go. So that's the first bit.
Lovely.
Then I'm going to take this one. Now, really easy to do. So all we're going to do is go, which way am I going to do? I'm going to go, what am I trying to do? There. So I'm going to just lay it down, fold that one down. Let's come in with our tape pen. Red liner, tape pen, so entirely up to you. Pop that on like that, fold that over, and then this should all meet perfectly like that. And then my drawer, depends which way you want it to go, should go in there. Look at that. Perfect. There we go. Look at that.
Look at that.
I do like it when all my measurements, especially as I've had to work out the measurements, all work. There we go.
That's amazing.
So we're just going to do a little bit of decoration because at the moment we've got some random words.
Oh, yeah. Imagine just sending that to someone. Big. Enormous. Huge.
You could really insult them, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You are.
Oh, don't you dare. Can you imagine if you put the wrong one on there?
Right, so
you put on you are, and then you went to put star underneath, and the star bit came off.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right, so I'm going to do sending hugs to you. So it's sending big, enormous, huge or massive hugs, or we could put sending huge congrats to you or thanks from me to you. It's entirely up to you. You just pick whichever one. So I'm just going to use a couple of little bits of my scrap card. I'm going to use my rocker block just because I can, and I'm going to pop those on there. Quick dry ink pad. Actually, I'm going to go that way because I can split them a little bit further. And then pop those onto here. Nicely inked up, and then I'm just going to stamp those onto my card. Hope I've got this. I might. Oh, right. I need my. Why did I not do it? Why did I not put my stamping mat underneath? That'll teach me, won't it?
Rachel's just in the comments. If you didn't want to send that as, you don't want to send that as a congrats on your pregnancy card. You are huge, enormous. Besides Gilmore as well, who's joined us.
There you go, much neater once I use my stamping mat.
Okay. Gilmore's just sent a message saying wiggle, 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 yeah. I don't know what that means, but I like it. He also says, Ben trying a new look. Not really. For those of you that are asking about the facial hair, I'm growing a bit of a tash because we've got an 80s party night in our village hall on Saturday, and I want to go as Thomas Magnum. But I've left it a little bit too late though, so I think I might have to get a little stick on one eventually. Nicola likes it when I've had a tash apparently, so she's like, I thought you were growing it for me. We're going to this retro quiz / disco night on Saturday, 80s night, and Laura's going to go not in fancy dress. If I see the word 80s, you got to go as fancy dress, haven't you?
What's she going as?
I don't know.
Is she going like in 80s clothes?
Well, I said she could do like Madonna's quite an easy one to do, isn't it? Like 80s Madonna.
I'm just matting and layering at the moment in case people wonder what we're doing.
I'm going as Thomas Magnum, Charlotte. I'm not going as Olivia. I'm not going as John Travolta. That was 70s anyway. Grease was 70s.
Yeah, 78, 79. Oh, shush.
Can you hear that? Nicola said me and Charlotte wouldn't know. We were born in the 90s. I'm just in the 70s.
Me and my friend,
Corrine.
we used to dance around her coffee table. I had to be John Travolta because she had the blonde hair. I didn't. I wasn't allowed to be Olivia Newton-John.
So you had to be...
I had to be John Travolta.
Oh.
Always, because she had the blonde hair.
I don't know why I found that so funny.
Penny, it still scars me even now. We're 53 and we were 9 at the time.
Oh my God. Oh dear. I've still never seen that movie.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Just me and I went to the outdoor cinema to see it last weekend.
Outdoor cinema?
Outdoor
What is
cinema.
that?
Yeah, it was
Is that like a
great fun.
drive-through?
No. It was at Beaver Castle.
Oh, where?
Beaver Castle.
Beaver Castle?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Near Grantham.
Oh, right.
Between Nottingham and Grantham.
Ah.
Yeah. Yes. You've probably seen it written down as Belvoir. It's spelled Belvoir and it's pronounced
Belvoir,
Beaver.
yeah, Belvoir.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Beaver.
Beaver?
Yeah.
I bet that's damn hard to get to.
Charlotte liked that one.
You're welcome.
There you go. Yeah. It's just to make it...
Beaver Castle's near our Rachel, she's just said. Belvoir,
Well, it's
Beaver.
not, it's Beaver Castle spelled Belvoir.
Why do you pronounce it Beaver? Because I think Belvoir sounds much nicer than...
Because it's something to do with when it was built and it was French aristocracy, whatever, and the locals revolted against them coming in and taking the castle and naming it that. So the locals took umbrage and called it Beaver Castle.
I understand.
And it's in the Vale of Beaver.
In the what?
Vale of Beaver.
Is it the Vale of Belvoir?
No, it's the Vale of Beaver.
Right. The Vale of Beaver. I mean,
You've
wow.
seen... Well, I think they do pronounce it Belvoir because people don't know. The juices, you know, squashes and pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's spelt like that.
What?
It's spelt the same way as those bottles of pop, fancy pop, Belvoir pop.
Oh no, you've lost me on that. I don't know what you mean.
Haven't you seen those?
No.
Yeah.
Rachel, our Beaver Castle expert, is saying what Corrine is saying is all true. I never doubted it for a second. No, I didn't. Never doubted it for a second. Sending.
Big.
Hugs to you.
There we go. Right, last little bits I wanted to do. I don't know, Charlotte. I got a bit confused then. Right, I'm going to cut out a couple of flowers and a couple of grasses. When do we never not go off tangent, Nicola?
We chat about some stuff on this channel, honestly, don't we?
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. At least I know if I ever go to that castle, I will know how to blend in nicely with the locals and not pitch up and go, have you seen Belvoir Castle? But now I know to go down there and go...
It's a really, really interesting castle to go round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done it once and it was really, really interesting, actually. There you go.
Taking the mickey at me now in my ear.
So I'm just cutting some flowers and some foliage in black. I thought I might use my little mini because I could. Oh, I put it.
Is the drink pronounced beaver as well, says Lillian?
I don't know is the answer to that one. I think it's Belvoir for that one.
We're only castle experts here. We don't know about diluting juices, as Craig would call it. We don't know about squashes. Diluting juices. Sandra Dundas is appreciating your project, by the way, saying it is
Thank
fabulous.
Thank you.
Do send in your comments. Let us know what you're thinking so far.
Tell me if you like it or not.
Yeah. How many marks out of 10? For,
do I get a star for effort?
Well, you could be getting a star, a genuine star. So many votes. So you're bound to win something. Best for knowledge on Belvoir Castle. That's
there you go.
1 star.
There we are. Right. So I am so close to finishing now. So we're going to pop a couple of little bit of foliage on there just to add a little bit of texture. I'm going to tie a little bow. I'm just going to hand tie it just because it's easier to hand tie it. But if you've got any sort of bow maker or ribbon tire, then yeah, I've got bow makers in my bags, and I always used to tie with bow makers, but let's just tie it by hand. There we go. And if you struggle to that, then just get your Ultimate Pro out, because there's a bow maker in there. So there we go. There we go. So that's going to, there we go, just a little bow. Just fiddle around till you get it where you want. I can hear her, bless her. And then 3D glue just onto here. So there's just this and the flower, and then we're done. So that's going to go just on there. Hot glue would work just as well, but I just thought 3D glue is easier. Put those like that, and then my little bow is going to go in the middle of there. And then I'm just going to, what am I going to do? Shape it. I'll shape it with my pokey tool.
Just to say, Anne says, do you have beaver over there? I always thought they were a North American animal. They did a big drive, didn't they? I think in the last few years to like reintroduce beavers back into the wild. So certainly, I think like the River Otter, places in Scotland as well. There's definitely more beavers in the UK now. We're going to bring what back?
Lynx.
Lynxes? We don't have lynxes here, do we? Oh, they tried to bring them back. Thank goodness for that. That sounds a bit scary, that, doesn't it? Having lynxes. We don't have wolves. Do we not have wolves in the UK?
There's wolves in Scotland. There are definitely. Yeah, that's absolute definite.
There are definitely wolves roaming wild in Scotland. I know there's reindeer.
I've lost my gems. I'm just looking.
What are you looking for?
My beads. I've got a couple of gems.
Should have kept it tidy like Jan.
I know. Shush. Shush. They're here. I saw them a minute ago. Right, let me see if I can find them. They are on here. I saw them. Are they in my little bag? Right, let's see. Where are they? Where have they gone? Oh, I saw them just a few minutes ago. There they are. Look, they're stuck to my. The little bag got stuck to my guillotine. So when I moved my guillotine, they went with it. So I'm just going to pop that one on there, and I'm going to pop a little gem just in here. If you haven't got coloured ones, then colour them with your alcohol pens. And that is my craft alongs with my box and my reveal wheel. I always turn it the wrong way. There you go. There we are.
Sending enormous hugs to you.
Somebody said, could they do this as a box to put like a puzzle in? 5x7 is the size of one of our multimedia
jigsaw dies.
So you could put a copy of it on there with your mats and layers, and then put a copy of your jigsaw puzzle inside. So yes, absolutely perfect. I was thinking that when somebody said. So I hope everyone's enjoyed that. Right, Kiri wants to speak to you.
Oh, okay, let's go back and see how Hannah and Kiri have got on. Kiri, where have you been?
I got the.
You don't know
She
what?
went to play. There's now dolls floating all over the floor.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have you back, Kiri. What have you been doing?
I just play.
You just what? Oh, you just play. How did you get on, Hannah?
I have a box.
Yes. Yes!
Oh, brilliant.
With a spinny thing?
With this Kiri.
Excellent.
I can't work out where the camera is. But yeah, it's got a spinny thing. Kiri,
move over a bit so we can see Mum's box. There we go. Go and give it a spin.
Yeah, it spins.
Yes.
Excellent. Brilliant.
So you just need to pop your stamps on, don't you, for the message?
Yes, which I'm doing, but Kiri decided to stick her hand in the ink pad and then sit on me. So we have been thwarted.
You like to make it difficult for Mum, don't you, Kiri?
Don't eat the mic.
Have you
do.
Have you had a good time again?
Kiri, have you had fun?
Yes.
Yeah. How was the chocolate pudding?
Yummy.
Yummy, yeah. Excellent stuff.
Yeah. Yummy, shocking, yummy.
She got it all over her face. It was impressive.
I can't imagine her getting anything on her face.
Did you save one for Ben?
Yeah, good night.
Oh, thanks. You have to send it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for spending a couple of hours with us. Are you going to do it again, Hannah?
Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. Are you going to come and do it again, Kiri?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to stay for the whole time next time?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Any more plans for the rest of the weekend?
I think just being calm, chilling.
Yeah. Calm.
We had a busy couple of days. Peppa Pig World, and we saw the in-laws yesterday.
Yeah,
so craft along today, and just need to relax.
That's it. And you went to a theme park, didn't you, recently as well?
Yeah. Did you go to Peppa Pig World on Friday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
Do you like George Pig?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. My favourite. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you again very soon on another craft along.
Thank you for having us.
It's been
I'll
a
send a
pleasure.
picture in when I've finished stamping it in a bit.
Excellent. We look forward to it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye to everybody.
Bye.
Get away.
Bye. Oh, amazing. How cute was Kieran? How brilliant was Hannah's project as well? She's only been paper crafting for months.
I love to see how when you start these things and then people use different stamps or different inks and different things, and you know the little sort of twists and nuances with them. So yeah, I really enjoy seeing that.
Absolutely fantastic project. And again, if you fancy copying it kind of, step by step, then of course you will need this collection. It is available if you hit the shop today. £19.98 for the full set and $27.12. Which is your platinum price in the US, all part of our £100,000 giveaway, $130,000 worth we're giving away over the course of the bank holiday weekend. You can check out all of those deals by clicking that logo on the website. We've got our bank holiday sale as well alongside this with up to 70% off. It's all there on the web. But like I said, best thing you can do is hit the shop today button. We'll be back in a couple of hours' time for Second Chance Sunday. So if you've missed out any of the great deals that we've brought you over the last couple of weeks, we're going to recap on a lot of them. Might still have some of those goodie bags available as well, which I thought had gone. I'm just having a little bit of a survey of the studio. We've got lots of brilliant items to come in that 2 hours. Thank you so much to Corrine. Great project. If you have crafted along, don't forget to send us your pictures or indeed tag us in them on Facebook. And we will see you back here in a couple of hours. Bye for now.
Bye.